Well, this looks cozy and intimate. Hello, my friends. It's been so long since we talked. Please excuse my look right now. I need to talk to you about so many things, so I thought we would just do kind of like a get ready with me, and then I'm just gonna tell you everything that's been happening in the past 3 months since you and I have not chatted. So yeah, that's why we're gonna look like this, and I'm gonna try to multitask, but if you guys know me, like, I'm probably just gonna end up talking to you like this and really hope that eventually I put stuff on my face and brush my hair and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, it's been so long and I miss you guys so much, and I'm so sorry for going AWOL, but hopefully when I explain to you kind of what's been happening in my life for the past couple of months, you will understand. Especially if you've gone through something like this before, I know you'll understand. I have a mirror right here, by the way, so if I'm looking this way, that's what I'm looking at. How do I even start this? I've thought about this video for weeks because I just don't know how to explain this. Basically, this has been probably one of the most emotional times in my life in a while, and not to just sound dramatic or anything, but like, I'm just being completely vulnerable and honest here. Like, this is how I felt in the past couple of months. We'll just kickstart it with a bang, and be prepared. I'm saving the best for last. So you want to stay, trust me. Basically, let's kickstart it with what started this whole thing. I quit my job. Yeah, in like one of the last vlogs that I posted, I was like, oh, my corporate job is taking over my life. And I don't know if you could tell, but I was just like really not okay. I was just working. There was no work-life balance, and just emotionally I was a wreck. And that was the last video I posted. And then I kind of went like silent. But this is why. If you're new here, my backstory and the reason I'm like so like career focused and why this was like such a shift in my life. If you guys know Enneagrams, I am an Enneagram type 3, which is like known as the achiever, the person that always has a goal, wants to be pushing forward, feel like they're doing their best. And that's why me just like quitting my job cold turkey was such a huge shift. But let me kind of backtrack. This wasn't a rash decision. Like, quitting my job was just not something that I just was like up and, hey boss, I'm gone, here's my 2 weeks notice. Like, I thought about it for a couple of months, and it was just not something I wanted for my life to continue that way. As much as I had loved my job, you work so hard in high school to get into a good college. You get into a good college and you just work your butt off to get a good job. And I don't know about you guys, but like, my job has always been something that's been like one of the highest priorities for me, because it's a third of your life. That, like, you have one life and a third of it is what you're doing every day. And while I was going through college, I had like internships that did not go good for me. I did not enjoy them, and I was like, how's this gonna go when I get a job? And so I remember up until senior year, I was like so stressed out. I need to put something on my face. I'm just trying to be multitasking here. I was so stressed out that I was gonna hate my job, and then therefore a part of my life I was just not gonna enjoy. And I was like, I can't have that, you know? Like, I really wanna have a job that I enjoy. This is like one of my #1 tasks. Well, miracle of all miracles, I landed my dream job. It came out of thin air. It was literally a gift from God. I worked this job in tech for 3 years. And for a while, it was my dream job. For like 2 of those years, I loved it. And then this past year, so many things happened. If you've been keeping up with the economy, so many things have been happening. And my dream job in tech turned into kind of a nightmare. I had like such intense Sunday scaries, job anxiety coming back to work on Monday. I was like, could not enjoy my weekend because I was just dreading Mondays and the week ahead. And I was just like crying every day after work because I was like, I absolutely hated today. And it just happened every day for months. And I kind of got to the point where I was actively looking for other jobs, and just nothing seemed like it was gonna work out. It's not a good time for if you're trying to get a new job. I'm so sorry if you are. And then I had this opportunity land in my lap in a completely different career field and completely different job, basically. Not as much job security, but it seemed like it could be something that could really work for me and something that I would like. So I decided to make the shift. I stopped my job, and I had these past couple months that I've been gone, I've been going from the tech field, which, you know, I went to school for computer science. I am most comfortable in tech. That's where all of my experience has been, to finance. I'm now going into the finance field. It's been so stressful going from one job to another, and I'm like, it's just a whirlwind of emotions, if you can imagine. Like, I'm so excited, but I also, like, I'm a planner and I like to be prepared, and not being prepared is like one of my worst nightmares. So it's just been, if you can imagine, like a whirlwind of emotions. So during that time, I haven't really wanted to show up on here, mostly because I've been spending all of my time learning this new field that I'm going into. There's so much to learn, but also because, like, I have just been going through it emotionally, the ups and downs, wondering if I made the right decision, praying that I've made the right decision, working hard to make sure that this decision works out for me. And I've just kind of felt like I can't show up on here, honestly. Like, I really couldn't. Poor Alex, my fiance, has been the best in helping me navigate this, but like, he has been through the brunt of it with me emotionally, because there have just been days where I've cried like the whole day. And then there's been days where like I feel better, but it slowly turns worse, you know? So like, I didn't want to show up on here and be like, hey, everything's great, and like it'd just be a total lie, or I'd be like crying behind the scenes or something. And I also didn't want to show up on here like bringing you guys down, because I just can't show up positively or only be talking about negative things, you know? So that's why I was so quiet for a long time. But I'm kind of coming through it now. I'm coming out of it, and I can see the light ahead, and I kind of have more direction. I officially start my job in like a month and a half or something like that. So I'm really excited about that. And in this time, in limbo between starting my job and right now, I just thought I would come back, hang with you guys. There's so many things I wanted to tell you, so many videos I want to create. We have, like, Alex and I just have so many things going on right now. So it's gonna seem crazy, but like, a lot of good content is coming, you know what I mean? So that's ultimately why I'm back. I didn't just want to be gone for so long and then post a random video of like, day in the life, hey. I kind of wanted to explain, like, this is where I've been, this is what I've been doing. On the bright side, during this time, I have been just like pouring more of myself into my small business, Brittany Designs. If you guys don't know, we're on TikTok, so please go follow us there. If you want to see more of me, I am there. I've just been loving the creative outlet that is my small business, and I just needed it during this time. Like, I'm so thankful that I had something to just spread positivity into. But moving on. Okay, so the other thing that I really wanted to address has been whether or not we're still doing our half Ironman. So if you guys don't know, ever since January, Alex and I have been training for a Ironman 70.3 race? Half Ironman race. We've been training since January. I've been posting it on TikTok and Instagram. I was pretty consistent with it for a while, and then a lot of people noticed I just kind of like dropped off, and they were like, hey, like, what's up with that? Are you guys still doing it? What happened was, our race was supposed to be in May, the beginning of May, and we signed up for this race in January. We moved from Florida to here in Texas in January. So that was a lot. And then during that time, like, trying to find our bearings, trying to find a gym that has swimming pool. In our area of Texas, swimming pools are not that common, so I was kind of like, uh-oh. We're supposed to swim 2 miles in this race, and we haven't trained in a swimming pool at all, which was not like my biggest concern, because my background, I was a competitive swimmer for like 16 years. I am very comfortable in the water, and I know it's gonna be hard to swim 2 miles, but like, I'm not gonna drown. But Alex, on the other hand, he was not a swimmer. He has pretty much never swam in his life, and he was gonna swim 2 miles, like not really being able to swim a lap and back. And so I pulled him aside when the race was coming up, and I was like, hey, like, are you gonna be okay doing this? Because I'm worried about you. Because it's gonna be long, and we're gonna be swimming in the ocean, which, if you guys know anything about swimming, you know swimming in a pool is like much different than swimming in the ocean. Swimming in the ocean is much harder. And I was just kind of worried about him. And we talked about it, and he was like, no, I think we should move it out, because I haven't had a lot of time to actually train the swim portion of it. Since like he started a new job while we were here, we had the house, we were doing house updates. Trying to find a gym in this place is crazy. I don't know why we always move to places where there are no gyms. Like, the gyms are so far away. The gym that we were going to, 45 minutes away. He kind of just told me like, hey, I think we should move it out. Just give me a little bit more time to practice. And I was like, totally understand. So we moved it to the end of this year. Cue everything I just told you before. Quit my job, starting a new job in a new field, emotionally crazy time of life. We have not been half Ironman training, and that is terrifying. Because if you know anything about this race, it's gruesome. Basically, let me pause, tell you, it's like 2 miles of a swim, then you go into 50 miles of a bike ride, then you go into a half marathon. And if you don't train for that, you are literally going to die. Like, and we trained really good for a while, and then all this stuff happened, and we haven't been training. So Alex and I have been asking each other every day, like, are we still gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? Are we just not gonna do this race? And I don't really have an answer for you guys right now, to be honest. I'm leaning towards we're probably not gonna do the race. We've literally paid for everything, and it was so expensive, in my opinion. Injury-wise, we both don't want an injury. But part of me is just kind of like, you know, see how far you get and then tap out, let it be a fun thing. So that's why we kind of haven't decided if we're gonna do it yet. But anyway, I really don't wear that much makeup, so I'm kind of rounding out the end of my get ready with me. So I guess I'll get to the very last part of what I wanted to talk to you guys about and update you guys on. Alex and I are getting married in a month. Actually, just let me know if you guys want to do like a Q&A or something about this, because there's a lot more to it, but you're gonna be seeing some wedding content coming because it's in less than a month, and ask me if I've really put that much thought or time into it. We are getting married in Europe. I have my wedding band. It just came in the mail. I'm obsessed with it. I am probably like the worst bride to be. Like the complete opposite of a bridezilla. I'm too chill. There's so many things that go on behind the scenes with a wedding, and I'm just like, yeah, it's fine. Whatever works, cool. I think I'm gonna do a separate video on our wedding Q&A. I'll kind of not say anything. I wanna see if you guys have questions, what your questions are about our wedding stuff. I need to do mascara, and this is gonna take me a lot of focus, and I cannot speak during this process because this is definitely one of the things where I cannot multitask and my mouth has to be open. I don't know why. So yeah, when I say a lot has been going on in my life and I haven't been able to show up on here or Instagram or anything like that, that's what I mean. Guys, the only reason, in terms of like training, the only reason I have been sticking to my training at all is because we have been using and abusing F45, and I have never loved it more. Like if you're ever going through a rocky time in your life where you just think you can't devote any time or energy to the gym, like you have everything on your plate and you just cannot, you can't even think about where you're gonna work out, do a workout class. It's been the nicest thing. I'm really happy to have had that because I feel like I've been really consistent despite everything with my workouts, and that makes me happy, you know? Like you gotta have the things during hard times of change that really ground you and just make you feel happy and content with the little things, okay? Here's today's fit in all of its wrinkled glory. Oh. I don't know if you heard that, but anyway, guys, that is gonna be the end of our time together. I'm all ready to take on the day. I think I'm gonna go work on my small business actually, so I'm pretty excited about that. But I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for listening and just hearing me out. I'm so excited to be back making content for you guys, and I miss you guys so much. So I look forward to seeing you next time. Love you guys. Bye.